Hi everyone, and welcome to my review, which is long due actually, by the way, of the GS Audio ST1s. What are the GS Audio ST1s? Well, the GS Audio ST1s are their high-end, let's put it, entry-level single BA. They've also got the GT series, which is a lower spec BA items, and this is their higher range, let's put it, of earphones, which also has you have the ST series, which is the BAs, and you have the SD series, which are the hybrids, and then you have the SEs, which are the tribrids, okay, and the GT and the GD, which are the lower end entry levels, let's say, earphones. As for the ST1, well, I'm just going to go through the box quickly. The usual GS Audio thing, Pelican case, kind of some tips, a cleaning tool, so nothing too outrageous, basic. In terms of price, we're talking about an IEM that costs around $85, which I mean, you might say, oh wow, that's expensive for a single BA. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But then again, as many things in life, it's all very relative. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you like the sound and if you just fancy it, then price becomes secondary. In terms of fit and look and everything, well, it's again very much the standard GS Audio. They've got this nice baby blue color, which is actually pretty nice. I mean, it's quite interesting. It's like a resin shell, 2-pin connector, metal nozzle, which is not very common on GS. They usually have the whole resin comprising the shell and everything. The nozzle is all resin. In this case, it's a metal brass nozzle. And inside it sports a Sonion 2354 or 2356. I actually am not too sure. But anyway, those of you that know Sonion know that those particular drivers or BAs, are full range BAs, and they're very well known for their mids. Their mids especially, and the way they just are smooth and silky is what they're known for. And it's confirmed. I mean, the tuning that was done here for the ST1 is well thought out. It's been well done. It's there's thought behind it. So it wasn't just a question of grabbing a shell, shoving an IBA in there, and let's go and hope for something that plays. No, there was some thought, there was some planning, and the result is a very nice sounding IEM. I would like to say, in a nutshell, that this is like a smooth operator, okay? There's really nothing that you can fault. And if I am going to nitpick, maybe a little bit more bass quantity would have been nice. Everything else is perfect. In my opinion, I did not find anything to be offensive or anything to be, not what I was expecting and not fulfilling what I usually listen to in terms of my music and so on and so forth. Bass is nice, it's clean. There could be a little bit more impact, there could be a little bit more, oomph behind it, but the quality of the bass is very good. The transition of the bass into the mids is flawless. There's no bleeding, it's really nice, and it translates itself into beautiful vocals. The vocals for me are amazing. I mean, really something else. And then the highs are again sufficient, and quality wise again beautiful. There's no sibilance, there's nothing. There's honestly, there's really no major flaw that I can point at it. In terms of the technicalities, okay, fine. Soundstage could have been a little bit wider. I guess maybe there was just a tad more treble energy that would have helped out. Imaging is acceptable. Okay, it's fine. Where I found that it shines more in its technicalities is in its detail retrieval. It's actually quite engaging, quite satisfying. It's can pick and can really get the minor details out. So that actually is pretty good. And overall, it's a very pleasing IEM. Like I said, there's really nothing that I would point at it as a flaw or something that was not thought out properly or not done properly. It is really well done. In terms of the genres that I would perhaps have as the first choice for this IEM. Definitely stuff that has vocals. So, jazz. It will do it very well, undeniably. Rock is not something that I would say or I would consider to be something that would or should be a choice. Um, um, Pop music as well. It will do it. It will do it well. So what does well? Pop and vocal. I guess it will do well, as long as it's not too complicated. The pop music. In terms of what it doesn't well or what doesn't do so well, definitely rock. And EDM, as long as you're not expecting major quantities of ear bleeding bass, I guess it will do fine. And yeah, basically in a nutshell, that is that's the ST1. I mean, in terms of its capability, or its does it need power? Doesn't it need power? I mean, I had it running with my BTR. I had it with my Qdelix. I had it connected up to my hip deck, and it doesn't need a lot of power. However, I will say that connected just to your phone, and depending what phone it is, if you have an LG, I guess it'll be fine. But depending on the phone that it is, you might not be able to get the absolute best out of it. So I would say maybe just get a dongle, Venture Electronics, Venture Electronics, the Odyssey or X1, something like that. As for the comparisons that I have here, the first comparison that comes or the first that came to my mind was the Audio Sensor DT100. And in many ways, they are very similar. And I'm not really going to say that one is better than the other, or no, I would say that it would all boil down to what is your musical preference. The DT100 definitely has more bass quantity. Quality is very, very neck and neck, but quantity it has more, and I guess it's because of the way that they've implemented the BA driver here. It's a custom driver, and it's been mounted sideways in a more unusual fashion. Mids about on par with the neck and neck again with the ST1. Where this loses out slightly will be on the treble in terms of energy, not in quality, because again it's very well done. And technically wise, or technicalities wise, soundstage, imaging, they are again more or less very similar. Although funny enough, I would give the technicalities, because of the detailed retrieval of the ST1 better, I will give technicalities overall to the ST1. I did find that tonality and timbre and so on and so forth was actually slightly better here. Maybe I think it's just down to the bass quantity, that little bit of extra bass quantity. In terms of what music would be more suited for this one, well, this one will do very well with EDM. Again, don't expect no ear crunching, ear bleeding, house demolishing bass, no, but it will do much better with EDM than that. Rock, it's 50-50. Vocals, it will do well with vocals as well. So, like I say, it will be more down to what is your usual music preference, what do you prefer to listen to, which will be the deciding factor, because otherwise they are very neck and neck. The other deciding factor that could come into play is the price. I mean, this is around $110. This is about $80-85, like I said, which, I'll be honest with you, I mean, I don't want to detract anything both from AudioSense or from GS Audio, but I think they are both just slightly overpriced. That's my opinion. I think they could be priced at around $75, and they would be much more, they would make much more sense at that price. Because when you enter that value of, or those values of money, especially 110 and so on and so forth, we have such a broad variety of other IEMs that are made available, that you start kind of equating, is it really worthwhile spending $110 or $85 on a single BA, where for that amount of money I can get, for example, for the same money as this, I can get myself actually even less, but for the same money as a DT100, I can get myself a GD3A from GS Audio. I mean, and the GD3A is a beast of an IEM. That's the truth. That's the reality. So putting money aside and what they cost and so on and so forth, I just want to focus on them as IEMs and what they are capable of. If some of you that saw my review on the DT100, remember I compared it, or I said that when I listened to them the first time, they reminded me of the E2Ks, my E2Ks, and I stand by that. They definitely are like the E2Ks. And when I listened to these the first time, it reminded me of a more bass light DQSM Hermit. So that's why I've actually got them over here. And again, I mean, in terms of price alone, there's just absolutely no comparison possible. These two, if I was going to go on price only, they would make absolutely no sense, because this is $25, this is about the same thing. In terms of sound, very similar sounding as well. And yeah, I mean, look, it all comes down to what you want to spend, what you want, what you're looking for. Anyway, that's basically been my little take on the ST1. If you're looking for a single BA which has astonishing vocal capabilities, I mean, it is really something special. Definitely the ST1 is an IEM to consider, and I'm actually looking through the whole range of GS Audio to see what other IEMs, which I know there are quite a few, which are using the 23 series BAs for mids, and I'm actually seeing what I can pick to review for you guys next, because I was so impressed by these that I really want to get something from their range, something else from their range, because I already got quite a few actually, but I want to get something else from their range with the 23 series mid-range driver to see if the magic is also there. Anyway guys, thank you very much, take care, bye bye.